weekend, I would like each of you to get into groups of 3 and prepare a presentation about who governs and to what ends in the American system. Be ready to come to class and to present and discuss the role of government and why it's important.
So, how are we going to do this project? I'm kind of worried. It's like, we're at a lot of points.
Hella soon? Yeah, I know, right?
And I really don't know. So, we'll just figure it out in the morning.
Okay, let's just go to bed. Yeah.
Whoa. Where am I? Who are you?
Well, I'm Locke.
Oh, what are you doing in my dream?
Well, I'm a philosopher of the 17th century.
Okay, go on.
Well, I'm here to explain a few things to you, particularly about the concept of the social contract. A long time ago, quite a few philosophers, myself included, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, as you know, Thomas Hobbes, Immanuel Kant, well, we came up with many circumstances about the essentials of running a good government. We concluded that a successful government should always consist of a few things.
Oh, we were talking about this in my government class. I know what those are. A nation needs to be a civil society, meaning that the people of a certain population must be civil with each other. This includes the knowing that they give up certain freedoms in return for certain beliefs. A successful government also has to have a strong authority, with consent from the governing, aka of popular sovereignty. A separation of powers and a list of natural rights.
Right you are. Yes, and in short, a social contract. Not like Thomas Hobbes, but like myself. I think these theories and ideas are influential to our governments of today and the future.
But wait, what does that have to do with me?
Well, let me show you.
Whoa, where are we?
You guys are in my dream too?
Yeah. What are we doing here?
Well, we're at the home of James Madison.
Why? Well, he's the father of the United States Constitution.
And as we've spoken before, the Constitution is a great example of that social contract theory.
Oh, so our Constitution is essentially the things that you and the other philosophers saw that make successful government possible. I see.
Certainly. As Locke was explaining to you earlier, it's important to have a separation of powers.
Oh yes, there's 3 branches in the U.S. government, the legislative, judicial, and executive. I see.
Yes, you're right.
Right, and each branch has their own power. The legislative branch creates laws. The executive branch, they review the laws, I think. And then the judicial branch interprets them.
Locke was also telling me that we give up certain freedoms in return for certain beliefs, benefits.
Why, yes. Now, the U.S. Constitution is full of that. Well, it's really filled with that. As Americans, we promise to live civilly in society under an authority in exchange for certain benefits known as our rights.
Are there any more examples?
Wasn't Thomas Jefferson another example?
Yeah, he was. He wrote the Declaration of Independence. It's a document that states all men are created equal and that everyone deserves the rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Oh, that's so correct. What a bunch of intelligent possums you are. Well, I have to go now, but I think Mr. Locke has something else to show you. Right?
Right.
All right.
What's that?
Looks like the LSL Constitution.
What's in there?
Well, it has our separations of powers, just like the U.S. Constitution, and it says what rights we give up and what benefits we receive. This could be valuable for our presentation.
Because that's just like the U.S. Constitution, too.
Yeah.
In class, I forgot to mention something called American political culture. There are 5 basic values in American political culture: democracy, liberty, individualism, equality, and civic duty.
Okay, so civic duties was, as citizens, we're responsible for certain things, examples like voting and stuff like that, and then liberty was freedom from government control.
Right. And the next is individualism and democracy. For individualism, it's the right to pursue our goals, and democracy is where government is elected by its citizens. What's that last one?
Equality. We all have equal opportunity, meaning we cannot be denied for a job because we are not like other people. And we should all be treated fairly.
Perfect, you guys got it. Okay, class, who's ready to present first?
Who, me?
We
are. Who governs and to what ends?
The role of government is simple. A government is the body within a community which has the authority to make and enforce laws. There are 7 types of structural government and 3 types of economic government. Each different government is a reflection of a certain nation's contract theory.
Social contracts are agreements among people in a society between their government that outlines the rights and duties of each party. There are various interpretations of a social contract. The United States Constitution is the form of social contract theory that each American person follows day to day. It states our rights and what we have to give up in return for protection. Thomas Jefferson's Declaration of Independence is another social contract. St. Mary's in Berkeley, our school, has its very own social contract / constitution. Although it isn't as advanced as the United States Constitution, it has a basic outline on how our school is run, and it states our authorities, just like that of the United States Constitution.
Okay, our American political culture consists of 5 basic tools: democracy, liberty, equality, civic duty, and individualism. A long time ago, a man by the name of Alex de Tocqueville came to the U.S. and wrote a book about our American political culture. As a man from France, not familiar with American lifestyles, he was very pleased and inspired by our behavior.
So, not too long ago in Bethlehem, a fellow LaSallian student, like us, and like you guys, was kidnapped and has been prevented from continuing her studies in college. As Americans, it is our civic duty to protest certain things that we know aren't right. So, as a class, we sent letters to the Bethlehem authorities asking for her freedom.
As citizens, we also have civil liberties that state what we're protected from as far as government abuse goes, and our civil rights are protections from discrimination. Although we are considered to have absolute liberties and unfettered rights, some of them are limited.
For example, we are entitled to the right of speech. However, we are not allowed to say things that disrupt public order, such as yelling fire in a crowded place when there really isn't one, or bomb in an airplane.
So, through the means of social contract theories, American political culture, LaSallianism, and civil liberties and rights, we are able to understand government and who governs and to what ends.
So that concludes our presentation.
Thank you.
I had a really weird dream, guys.
What was it about?
It was all 3 of us were in it, and I met John Locke, and we talked about our presentation for tomorrow.
We should probably get started on it now.
Yeah, before you forget everything that was said.